Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Jay Stevens Podcast. This is episode number 70, dedicated to the 6'5", 250-pound first baseman. They had a career-high 70 home runs during the 1998 Major League Baseball season, Mr. Mark McGwire. And as always, thank you for listening and downloading to another episode of the podcast. On today's episode, we have another guest, and it happens to be my brother, Mr. Jeremy Stevens, the founder of Disturbing Comfort. You may be wondering what in the world is Disturbing Comfort, and what does it have to do with the Jay Stevens Podcast? Well, aside from the family connection, Disturbing Comfort is a brand my brother started in August of 2017. Leaving a job in the corporate world where he was doing very successful, he started a fitness brand, his very own fitness brand where he provides online personal training via online personalized workouts and meal plans to fit you and your lifestyle, taking your occupation into account as well to help you get more active and to live a healthier lifestyle where you are currently in your life. Via Disturbing Comfort, people have seen great transformations. You can go right on the website, disturbingcomfort.com, see transformations. One of those happens to be my brother's business partner as well. So it's not just people that he is meeting online. People that he knows on a personal level are embarking on this journey and saying, hey, Jeremy, I have seen the transformation. I have seen the healthy changes you have made in your life. Can you help me make some as well? And I thoroughly think, with this being the first non-sports related, as far as a team or a game or something that happened on the field, that the kind of guests we're having, I thoroughly think this being the first fitness only guest we have had, a conversation solely about fitness, I thoroughly believe the knowledge that you're about to hear, that my brother is just spewing into the microphone, I thoroughly believe this is going to be very, very beneficial to you, to where you are in your life, help you get more active, help you make healthier choices, and maybe you may be one person that could say, hey, I want to go to disturbingcomfort.com, see what they have, see if they can help me out, and maybe this is actually the kickstart you need to live a healthier, more active lifestyle. Let's go ahead and take a trip to Indianapolis, Indiana, to listen to a fun conversation full of information about living a healthier lifestyle with my brother, Mr. Jeremy Stevens, the founder of Disturbing Comfort. Hey, Jeremy, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. A few years ago, I think it was 2017, you started Disturbing Comfort. What are some things that were going on in your life leading up to starting Disturbing Comfort, and then what were some thoughts in your head as you went through this new venture in life?
So it really just started from my own body transformation. I fell in love with fitness at a very early age, just because I've always been involved in sports. I've always, I graduated from Butler University with my degree in exercise science. I've always had the fitness and IQ per se, but I also, after I got done playing football, I just didn't, follow with the nutrition aspect that I should have. And, I had this unnecessary weight that I kind of just wanted to get rid of. So I started matching my effort in the gym as well as with my nutrition, and weight started to fall off. I started to like the way I looked in the mirror, clothes started feeling better. And from there, a lot of people started to ask me questions about how I was doing, different type of workouts, how I was eating. And finally, I would share that information for free. I was giving it to them through social media platforms. And then from there, my business partner, Josh Hibbett, was like, hey, we got to start this because you're giving out a lot of free content and we can maybe start, making money and form a movement out of it. So that was the start of DC.
Were you nervous when you started it? Because this is something that was new to you. I know when you introduced it to the family, it was new to us. What were some thoughts, and were there nerves involved in the birth of it?
Nervous, of course, because you always, when you make yourself vulnerable like that and put everything out there on social media saying that you're starting a business, you don't know how people are going to receive that. So I was definitely nervous, but at the same time, it was something that we knew was the right thing to do. And when you put your 100% all into it, people see that. And they'll support that. So.
You mentioned that from after your playing days of football, even going into the corporate world, you fell off fitness-wise. From we grew up playing sports all of our lives: baseball, basketball, soccer, I mean, whatever it was, we were playing it. And then you mentioned that you fell off at some point, and then something clicked in your head, and you said, "I got to make a change." What was it? Was it the way you felt? Was it the way you looked in the mirror? And then what was going on during that change? And then also, what did you do? Because there are a lot of people that go through life that were either not just in fitness, not just with the way they look. There are a lot of people that do one thing and then they stop doing something they love, go to something else, and then they go back to what they love. What were some things going through your head at that point to help people that may have fallen off at some point that may want to get back into a better, healthier lifestyle?
Yeah, for me it was I think I just wanted to look better in general. I've always grew up a overweight kid from birth. I've just always been a big kid, so I was like, maybe if I, like I said, match those efforts in the gym, because I was constantly working out, but I wasn't replenishing with the nutrients that I needed to, with the meal plan that I needed to. I was just kind of what we call free-nilling the whole meal plan. So when I just wanted to feel better overall and match those efforts. I wanted to actually look like I was working out versus just being in the gym just to do it and then leaving and eating whatever I wanted to. So and how I can help with people who are don't necessarily want to go back to that state of mind. I can just tell them that it's a constant. It sounds very cliche, but it is a marathon and not a sprint. It's something that you have to work towards every day. It's just like an artist, it's something that they just have to keep doing every day, and then that final masterpiece is the end product. But it's just something, start small, and think big, but at the same time, nothing happens overnight. So the marathon always continues.
Let's say there's someone out there that has a child in high school. I know what I'll tell on myself at one time. It was JV year. Me and Sean Motley were playing. We had a home JV game, and we were about to get some pregame food. We wanted to get something to eat. Well, we just didn't care at that time. 16, 17 years old. We didn't care what we put in our bodies. We didn't care about filling ourselves and making sure that we're getting the right nutrients and right things in our bodies to fuel us for a football game. Me and him, I think we went out to rallies, and then we came back. As dumb as that sounds, we came back and then played a football game. In your life, what changes? Let's say you're going to a workout. Was there a time that when you didn't care, what did you eat? And then what do you eat now going into a workout to help someone? Because I know for sure, I guarantee there's someone out there that wants to work out. Maybe they do work out, but they're not putting the right things into their body to fuel themselves properly. Did you have an experience like that where you were improperly fueling your body? And then what do you do now to properly fuel your body?
Yeah, high school and college, I would say. Not even, and I played, Butler University, which is, it's D1 AA. You would think that we were fueling appropriately, and, I played at a high level as well. I was, all conference guy, and I could definitely tell you that I did not care about what I was eating. I was, the night before, I was eating whatever, Pizza Hut, McDonald's throughout the week, kind of, college kids, whatever we get our hands on that was cheap. And, we ate whatever, whenever, and then we were still going out there and playing football games every Saturday, having practice every day, weightlifting 3-4 times a week, conditioning in the evening, and, our diets were poor, and I can speak for a lot of people. Especially the people who lived in my house, and we were all conference guys. So, and versus now, it's okay. Well, if I'm going to work out an hour, I know I need to have some oatmeal and a banana because that's going to fuel me through. That's going to give me the the right complex carb. I can get into complex versus simple carbs, but those are going to give me long lasting carbs that'll fuel me through the workout. Versus. Some pancakes or French toast before. It's just they're different type of foods, different type of nutrients, and that's my mindset now. I'm fueling not only to look good, but also for performance and just well-being in general. So, yeah.
What is a typical workout for you, since you're not really competing in football or sports specifically on an athletic court or field? What does a typical workout pertain for you currently right now?
So right now I do HIIT style workouts, which is high intensity interval training workouts, which is it's a high level training style, 45 minutes. and I'm going in and out of circuits at different paces, just to really fluctuate my heart rate up and down throughout the entirety of the workout. And that's about 5 days a week, and I also supplement with that 3 to 4 days a week in the gym, just lifting weights, bodybuilding style, one muscle group per day. And then also I'm training for the mini marathon right now, so I'm also on a good day, I'm running up to 6 miles, probably 4 days a week.
Okay. For the person out there that doesn't have the time, your schedule is a lot freer than the average person, doesn't have the time but says, I want to work out and I have 30 minutes slotted in every single day at home. I have kids, so I can't leave. I can't go out to a gym because the gyms that are around me don't have housing or have nursing for daycare for my kids. What would you say to that person that says, I have 30 minutes at home where I can just focus on working out? What kind of workouts, and what would you say to that person there that has that type of schedule?
I would tell them to do an in-home HIIT workout, HIIT, high intensity interval training workout, just because you're gonna get your most bang for your buck. You're gonna get your heart rate up. You can also toss in some dumbbells at home. You can grab at the local gym, at the local Dick's Sporting Goods. And you can just really try to increase your heart rate as much as possible. And they have plenty of workouts on YouTube as well that you can follow that are 30 minutes, 40 minutes, however long you have. But definitely you can get the same type of work at home as well. It is definitely, we hear it's often an excuse just because you can't afford a gym membership. You can get it in at home as well.
You can definitely. And I've learned in my life, I know you have as well, the times that we say we don't have time, we do have time. There have been times in my life where whatever it is going on, if it's work related, personal life related, it's weighing on your mind so much that you just say, I don't have time. And then you look up, 2 hours goes by, you have done absolutely nothing. And I'm sure you could pick back on that as well and say, yeah, even though my schedule's freer, I have the times when I say I don't have any time, I do have time to do things that the things that are needed to help me stay healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So one thing, we always make time for what we want. That's for sure. Priority for me is fitness, so I make time for it. Other people will say they make time for reading or they make time for meditating, and somebody else may say they don't have time to read. Well, you just make time for what's important to you, and ultimately, our health is, at the end of the day, that's all we have is our health and our well-being. So if it's something that I'm willing to make time for, it's that.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's something that everybody in our mind, we say we don't have time, but if we lay out our time and we look at the free time we have, there's definitely time for that. You're in the midst with Disturbing Comfort of, I believe you're in the middle of a transformation challenge. Am I correct with that?
You are.
I would have said this is number 3 transformation challenge. What is some of the feedback you have gotten from the clients that have embarked on such a challenge as this?
Yeah, so one thing that we have gotten feedback on, which is we actually switched up this time and it's been awesome, is the challenge was too long. It was 8 weeks, and people start to lose motivation, maybe week 6, week 7, week 5 even, and people started to fall off because it is a whole 2 months. Now, granted, to somebody who works out and into fitness and already into that lifestyle, that may sound short. But to somebody who's just coming in cold turkey, 8 months is 8 weeks is a long time. So what we did, we shortened it down to 6 weeks. We also have a Facebook group to where all participants in the challenge have access to each other and they interact. It's a closed Facebook group just for the competitors. They can provide different type of feedback as far as different motivations throughout the week, their struggles throughout the week, what type of meals they've been having, the whole 9, just to interact with each other because everybody has a common goal. Yes, there is a top 3 winners, but at the same time, everybody wins because everybody loses weight at the end of the day, and it's cool to do it in a community of like-minded people.
Have you ever thought about making your own podcast? It seems like that's the in thing right now. Well, do I have the people for you? Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and extremely easy to use. And now, Anchor will match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid for podcasting right away. To get started, go to anchor.fm/start. Once again, that's anchor.fm/start. There are a lot of people out there, social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, no matter what it is. You can even see stuff on Snapchat where there are private groups that have different stories out there that they run on Snapchat of transformation stories. Go a little bit more in depth with your transformation, because I know we talked about it a little bit at the beginning, but I think your transformation with your own personal body, your own personal mind, sets disturbing comforts mentality aside from other people, because there are people that are, as you know, that have been in fitness their entire life. They grew up in a family that was very, very healthy. Then they branched off of that and started their own business. Well, your transformation yourself would maybe one of the most drastic ones that I have ever witnessed. Of course, on more of a personal level, you'll be my brother, but more of a personal level there. Go in depth as long as you want. I don't care about your own personal transformation yourself.
Yeah, so it definitely started after I got done playing football, and more so, like I said earlier, I just kind of woke up one day and was like, wow, I definitely want to see what can happen once I follow, my efforts in the gym with my nutrition. And so I started falling in love with YouTube. I started YouTubing, what do fit people eat? What should a person who wants to lose weight eat? Just the very basic searches, and all these videos would come up, and I would just watching them. And of course, I did have, as mentioned, I do have a degree in exercise science from Butler, but at the same time, learning from the internet is something that we have access to. So something we always need to take advantage of. So I was learning about nutrition, learning about what macronutrients were, learning about micronutrients, and because I don't think that you can truly transform yourself until you actually understand how and why you're doing it, and how putting in a certain type of nutrients is actually how your body's going to react to that. Because if you don't know about something, how can you do it? So I truly learned about what a carb does to you, what a fat does to you, what a protein does to you. And from there, my knowledge grew. And then I could actually, while simultaneously I was applying it to my own meal plan that I was doing for myself, it was very cookie cutter. I was definitely eating the boring food, the chicken, the rice, the broccoli every meal. I was very regimented, and it worked. And from there, the weight just started to fall off. And I was falling in love with the mirror. I was falling in love with the compliments. I was falling in love with having to buy new clothes because I knew that it was working. And once you fall in love with that, you don't want to stop. So from there, like I said, my business partner, Josh Hibbett, he came to me. He's like, hey, we got to do something with this. And 2.5 years later, the rest is history.
Really, the rest is history. Excuse me, let me backtrack. You mentioned carbs, fats, and proteins. These are three things that everybody has heard in our lifetime. Oh, carbs do this or that to you. Proteins, you need a lot of them. Fats, stay away from those. You don't need those. Or there are some fats that you need that are healthy. But even at the same person saying it's healthy, there's someone in their ear saying, no, you definitely don't need those. How can carbs positively, fats positively, and proteins positively affect you? And then on the flip side, the negative side of those.
So positively, we'll start with protein, just because that's the building block of everything. That's how we put on muscle. That's how we build muscle. That's how we stay strong. Protein, we need for anybody. I don't care if you work out or not. Protein is one thing that we definitely need as far as just building lean muscle mass, which we all need as humans. Carbohydrates that's going to be our energy. That's going to be our fuel. Too much of these. Some people, the keto. There's zero carbs in the keto diet. It's very trendy right now. But at the same time, somebody who's very active and running all the time and very, active in the gym, they need a lot of carbs just to fuel those workouts, because if you take those carbs away, they're not going to have any energy to do so. And as far as fats go, it's also another energy source. A lot of people don't understand that fats are an energy source just like carbs. Yes, they metabolize it a little bit, meaning they break down a little differently, but they are also an energy source. We don't need as many of them, but it also helps metabolize things. It helps with digestion as well. So fats are also key, just not as much as I would say carbs.
Disturbing Comfort provides meal plans for people, online coaching, as you'll find on your Instagram. Someone's going to come to you and say, "Hey Jay, I heard about this wrong person. Hey Jeremy, I heard about this TB12 method, or I heard about this keto diet, or I watched this Netflix documentary called Game Changer. They're talking about this plant-based diet." How do you specifically formulate a meal plan for one person's specific body over another? Could be two men 30 years old. They could both have similar weight, but at the same time, you see one person's different than the other. How do you formulate the proper meal plan for two different people?
Yeah, so I always have them send me. Right when they purchase, an automatic download, they get a questionnaire from me, which is about 25 questions. It's going to ask what type of job do they have? Are they sedentary? How are they currently drinking any alcohol? How much fast food are they currently consuming throughout the week? How much cardio? How are they working out? Have they ever worked out? I'm asking all these series of questions in order to formulate the best possible meal plan for them as preliminary questions. And from there, that's when I mold. Person A over here, they both may be, 6 feet, 200 pounds. They're both 30 years old, but person A sedentary, person B has an active, he's a construction worker. So he's outside moving all day. Well, the sedentary and the construction worker, I'm going to need him. He's going to have to eat a lot more calories than person A, simply because he's more active. He's going to need more calories versus person B. He's not, he's in office 9 to 5. He's not really moving too much except for to go on his lunch break. And he's only going back to the lunchroom and then eating and then going right back to his desk for another 5 hours. So he's, and then the only time he's active is actually at the gym versus the construction worker. He's active all day and then he's going to the gym. So that guy's going to need a lot more calories to keep going throughout his day plus the workout. So that's how I base it.
Okay. What are some, let's say someone that's beginning to say, I want to get healthier. I may not be bigger, or I may be bigger, but I want to be a healthier person. What are some of those? Just give a generic example of a beginner workout for someone that wants to be a little bit more active in their life.
Yeah. So cold turkey, I would say no time. So it's a misconception that you can't get results in 3 days at the gym, 3 days a week at the gym. You definitely can. I would definitely suggest a full lower body day, a full upper body day, and one full body day. Meaning, the first day you're only working on workouts that target your legs. The second day that week you're only doing workouts that target your upper body, and then the third, I want you to incorporate a full body workout. So literally 2 leg workouts, 2 upper body workouts, and just one full body movement like a push up or a pull up or an assisted push up or an assisted pull up. Just something that involves lower body, upper body, full body, and then get out of there for the week. So that's the basic beginner workout plan for somebody who's never worked out before and just looking to start their journey.
Okay. I got one quick thing that I skipped over earlier with you personally before going back to Disturbing Comfort. You competed on stage. Now, forgive me. I know it's the bodybuilding. I know there's 2 different divisions up there. What are the 2 divisions? What division did you compete in? And then how did that go?
Yeah, so I competed in a men's physique competition. There's men's physique and then there's open bodybuilding. And I competed in men's physique, meaning I wore essentially swim trunks on the stage, and they judge you on everything from your waist up. So they don't judge the legs at all.
And so you mean there was no squatting, no legs, no nothing involved in this part, in this division?
Correct. Just all upper body. All upper body. Now I did still work out legs in the gym, but as far as being judged on that, they did not judge that. So it's based on your conditioning, overall appearance. And when I say conditioning, that means how lean somebody is. And overall appearance, stage presence, confidence. They're judging your every move at all times, even when you're not the person front and center. They're still judging. They have 9 judges on the panel, so there's eyes on you at all times. In the novice division, I did pull out second place, which is novice meaning amongst all the beginners, and then amongst everybody, I got 3rd overall. So took home a couple medals my first time ever, And yeah, it was something I can cross off.
I remember looking back at that over there at the school we were at, Beach Grove, and just seeing just the smile on your face of how excited, how happy you were to be up there. Almost reminded me of a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah, because you work so hard 3-4 months and you make a lot of sacrifices. You can't eat out. You can't go to dinner. You can't. It's just socially very hard, and to know that you've made all those sacrifices to reach your ultimate goal of stepping on that stage and giving it your all, win or lose, you just know that you gave it your all, which is that's where the joy comes from. So, you put in the work. So now it's just time to. It's game day. It's time to put it on display.
Exactly. You provided a lot of information about Disturbing Comfort, about yourself, and what some great details that Disturbing Comfort does provide. If someone says, I would like to reach out to you to just seek information or the Transformation Challenge or need it or would love to get an online fitness coach, what are some ways that they can connect with Disturbing Comfort and you as well?
Yeah, so all through social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, as well as we do have a website, disturbingcomfort.com. You can also message us through there as well. So we're on all social platforms. That's our bread and butter. We don't have a physical location. We're all online. Just because we all share the same internet. There's no need to just limit to where I live if we can reach more people. So
before we get out of here, I got 9 quick questions for you. Some sports related, some fitness related. Just a way to have some fun to close this thing out. Number 1, favorite thing about Disturbing Comfort in your eyes?
Favorite thing about DC is having the opportunity to change someone's life and better their well-being. Just because I can relate to people trying to lose weight because I've been there, so I have a soft spot for that. So that's definitely my favorite thing.
Favorite workout?
My favorite workout is shoulder day in the gym.
Would you rather run a half marathon or do a Tough Mudder?
I would rather do a Tough Mudder because it involves more strength-based movements versus just running for 13 miles. Tough Mudder is tough. It's 10 miles, but it's also there's obstacles involved, which makes it a lot more fun in my eyes.
A place you want to go but you have never been?
I really want to go to Greece, and I've never been there. Santorini.
Okay. Wait, didn't you and Josh didn't hit that up when you went?
No,
No?
I've never been to Greece.
Favorite vacation spot?
Favorite vacation spot, Jamaica.
Okay. Favorite NBA player, current NBA player, and then favorite of all time.
Favorite NBA player is Paul George. Favorite of all time, we'll say Michael Jordan.
Okay. Thoughts going through your head while competing?
In bodybuilding?
Give me 3. Just go with 3.
So, sorry, repeat that question.
3 thoughts going through your head while you're on stage as you're walking onto the stage for the first time.
I'm excited that I'm finally allowed to eat after this. Number 2 would be I'm excited because I also know that I've put in the hard work and now it's just time to go put it on display. And number 3 is, wow, I can finally go on another date with my girlfriend and eat with her and not have to watch her eat.
Will you compete again?
Most likely. It's not set in stone, but at some point, when I have the time to do so, when I have the mental time to do so, not the physical time, but the mental time.
I got that. Then last but not least, 3 things that come into your mind when you think about Kobe Bryant.
3 things that come into my mind is Mamba mentality, just a go-getter mentality and never quit mentality. Number 2 is just sad news, just because it was more so crazy just because Kobe had just got his record broken the night before by LeBron James,
right.
And which makes it even more crazy. It almost sounds fake, but sad news. And number 3 is your heart goes out to their family as well, his wife, and as she's widowed now. So yeah, Jeremy, I appreciate you coming on, thoroughly going through everything with Disturbing Comfort. I'm sure there'll be some people out there that'll be seeking information from you via website or social media.
I really appreciate you taking some time out of your busy day to talk about something you love.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
And that's all she wrote. Once again, I want to thank my brother for coming on and really just dumping all of that knowledge into the podcast and helping us be, well, more aware of what we're putting into our bodies and what we're utilizing to fuel ourselves throughout the day. The things we put into our bodies, they can cause us to be more lethargic or to be more energetic. Really, the choice is ours of what we use to fuel ourselves on a regular basis. If you would like to contact and connect with Disturbing Comfort via social media, on Instagram at disturbing_comfort. I'll say it once again, that's at disturbing_comfort. On Twitter, it's at DC_fitness. Once again, that is at DC_fitness. On Facebook, simply search Disturbing Comfort. Once again, on Facebook, simply search Disturbing Comfort. Then also via the website, disturbingcomfort.com. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Jay Stevens Podcast. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at JStevens07. Once again, that is at JStevens07. Remember to always subscribe, rate, and review. It's a great way for people that are searching for a new podcast to listen to come across this one. Then remember to always get the word out about the podcast via word of mouth. The things that we enjoy in life, we are more willing and somewhat wired to tell other people about. So no matter if this was your first episode or if you have been listening to episode 1, be sure to let people know about the podcast. This has been episode 70 of the Jay Stevens Podcast. I'll see you next time.